yeah, 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 yeah. Good day, good day, good day, good day, good day. You're tuned into Context Matters. The date is November 13th. It's not a Friday, so it's not Friday the 13th. It's a Thursday. They said I'm freezing. That it means I'm cold as ice. That's what it means. It means I'm cold as ice. Um, yeah. All right. So working out the kinks. I'm streaming live from a different studio, as you can see. Let's call this the plug, the plug behind these studios. Let me know if you're hearing me now. And we'll take it from there. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? All right, great, great. Good afternoon, all. Today is, as I said, Thursday the 13th. So you know what it is. Somebody said do F1 if you want your life to stop freeze. I don't even know what that means, but hopefully it's better now. See, I lose all my viewers on TikTok. So if you're tuning in from Reggae Global Radio, big ups to everybody. If you tuned in from the Reggae Global TV, big up to you. If you're tuned in from YouTube, blessings all. Carol Miller, Sandra McEwen, Claudette Grant, um, Eileen Saunders, Kevin Flinch, Moodius, Jalvaranga Daly, Pamela Fishley, Phil Potts, Donna, right? F1 is for TikTok, not YouTube. What is F1? What is a F1? What is F1? And then somebody's still saying no sound. That can't be possible. That's not possible. We loud, loud. Right. So apparently maybe the internet is bad because I see where the viewership just went it dipped. So it's climbing on YouTube but dipping on TikTok. I think it's because the internet is dodgy. Verona, tell me if you're hearing me good on the TikTok. So anyway, that aside, this is it, we're talking today about moving forward, and it has it has a background that is not just it's not just confined to topic can be general. So we are living, breathing, intellectual, intelligent beings. Let me put it that way. And if you appreciate that, then you will see where I'm coming from with what I'm saying. So we hold on. Hello. Yeah, Mr. Palmer, doing my show right now. I'm literally doing my show right now, and it's the same time every Thursday. Thank you. Yeah. Um. So we look at that. Somebody said pet F1. I don't know what that means. F1. Is it still a little bit dodgy on the internet? Yeah. Anyway, So when we speak about, somebody said loud and clear. All right, clearly my internet is really bad. If it's my internet at all. All right, but here's let me set the stage for what I want to talk about more than anything. And I'm setting the stage with this. Yeah, here we go. Maybe I should just share it so you guys can see it. Um, open file. What is it, PDF? Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I think so. Do it this way now. And here it is. And save. Boy, story of my life. All right, yeah, all right. Anyway, it says you can blame the present on the past, or you can build a future from the present. Think about that for me. You can blame the present from the past on the past, or you can build a future from the present. What do you think about what do you think about that? Just as a matter of thought process. We can put context to it. We can just critically use what I just said. Again, you can blame the present on the past, or you can use it to build your future, for lack of a better paraphrasing. But what's your thought on that? And I'm pretty much asking anybody who currently is thinking on that. There it is. You can blame the present on the past, or you can build a future from the present. What is your thought on that? Somebody said, and somebody's still saying no sound. I don't know why they would say that, because the sound certainly coming from me is good. So Mishi177 says use the present to build the future, and build from what you have now. So somebody say you can be better or bitter. I choose to be better. My late mom used to say, "Don't cry over spilled milk." Somebody says, "I hear you," or "I can hear you." So I don't know. Right. So let's look at it this way. Remember, the concept is always moving forward. I think if I use life experience is a great teacher of wisdom. From experience, I can tell you it's a lot easier to learn from people's mistakes. That way, you won't forget the good times. I'm not one to advocate to anybody that they should experience hard life, so that when you're talking, you can say, "Yo, what you know about sufferation?" And so like every dancehall artist, "Oh, sufferation, my life is hard, and mama come check me leg, bring me toothpaste, my soap, and me banana fritters." I don't know, whatever. um Sometimes the great educator is experience, but learning from others, being an observer, living vicariously through others is possibly the best way. Applebee's lover, big up yourself. Somebody said the present is the only time you can take action. If it's not a bag of mouth. I kill me. That was funny. I don't need to laugh. Anyway, I just want to put it into perspective. So, moving forward is a concept that it is built up on resilience, the ability to snap back, the ability to build back, the ability to rise from the ashes like the phoenix. That is the idea behind moving forward. It is also the idea by saying you can build a future from the present. Doesn't mean you must forget your past, but if you sit and you blame the your present situation on the past, you can't make your future better. So in a conversation like this, and I should give warning that this is a sensitive topic and context matters. But let me tell you something. Life can push you to the edge. They said God will never give a man more that he can bear. If you believe that, it would then mean that when persons are faced with suicidal thoughts, whether that probably is caused from a chemical imbalance that you don't know about, but also because sometimes life can be overwhelming, overbearing. Can you imagine working as hard as ever in your lifetime? You're working so hard to make life better for yourself. You go to work. Sometimes you have to go to school. You have to pick the kids up from school, and you're dealing with life as God give it to you. And you start to feel like Job, but you just don't have the fortitude because your faith is not anchored on God. Your existence isn't anchored on God. So you find yourself being doubtful, wavering, no confidence in self. You're defeated, and then the suicidal thoughts come to mind. And if you don't have internal locus of control where you close your eyes and you can feel and sense your greatness, and you can skip the pages of your life and plant yourself into a future that you perceive for your life. This is matrix conversation, some neo stuff. So if you're not ready for it, just skip the channel or log off and go somewhere else where foolishness is going on, and your brain can manage that. This is deep thinking. So if you're not able to tune out and find that place for yourself, what you're gonna find is that the devil is a liar. So he's gonna tempt you, and you're gonna hear the voices in your head, and you're gonna feel the self-doubt, and the self-hate will come into mind. And because you don't have no love for self, because you're at the worst place in your life, and you'll just kill yourself. And then when that happened, I mean, the Bible speaks about suicide. Persons reach out in the weirdest kind of way, in terms of when they want help, they want somebody to tell them it's gonna be okay. And for those reasons in and of itself is a time to pause, because we wake up and then so often we see persons, they turn on the TV and persons kill themselves in many different type of ways. In Jamaica, hanging seems to be what persons know because of what they're exposed to. And that happens, and what they do is end a story, cut an amazing story short, to the point that we never know if the person who had the cure for brain cancer, breast cancer, prostate cancer, any kind of cancer, or any communicable disease or non-communicable disease, cuts their life short because they didn't know the greatness that God has put for their lives, which is why it's almost blasphemy to end your own life. But those who have compassion and empathy and sympathy will sometimes have the just the capacity and the fortitude to and aptitude to appreciate how somebody could find themselves in the dark room, in the dark space, all alone, probably had it all together, probably had the best life ever, probably accomplished many things in their lives too, and found themselves so empty, so disconnected from God that they would remove themselves. Well, that's a type of past that can haunt you. And I say past because the present is dealing with conduct, thoughts, and actions from the past, and the consequences coming in the present. The repercussions is continuing, but how persons bounce back from that is the relationship that they find themselves having with God. Now, let me not even big up transporter, fast car driver. Big up yourself. Big up yourself, Lutz. I see you. But let me just put that in context. As I said, a 16-year-old finds out that they have cancer, and they were a track star, and the doctors say, boy, whatever it is, it's bone cancer, it's gonna make you weak, you won't get to run, we're gonna have to amputate your leg. That teen, depending on the support group that they have, the will to live can either be great or not. That's 16. But imagine being a 45-year-old or a 28-year-old, a 24-year-old, and you have the job of your life, and you're going to be a 28-year-old, and you train all the time, and then it's the year for Olympics, and you hear that you can't run because you have stage 4 cancer, and you never know. And you can't cope with it. So what do? Well, again, yeah, see, walking in divine purpose is saying it's only the grace of God that can take you through whatever you're going through. And sometimes, let me go as far as saying that because God is love, those who don't identify God as God say, oh, the love of family brought me through. But he said the love that and the angels that God sent to you, angels on earth, doctors who you never know before that just happened to come to work the day, felt the best in their lives, pick up your file, and just wanted to do everything for you. When the universe aligns, and even if you don't know, that's why they said Jesus protect the children and the fools. You see, a fool like me, always protected. Either I'm a fool or I'm 5. So if I'm 5, I'm a child. If I'm a fool, either way, me fall into the category where God just ensuring that he protects me. But I'm saying to you that is the past, blaming the past, blaming the past, right? So you can blame the present on the past, but really what you're doing is blaming the past. Your past mistake is why. Big up yourself, whoever did that for you. If it's me, big up yourself to you. But if it is that you find your motivation having a horrible past, no, yeah, I will say this. I'm probably qualified to speak about a horrible past because of horrible experiences, and with your experiences from your past. And I mean, the past is like Halloween, certainly in my life. Oh, big up yourself, big up yourself. Like in my life, a horrible past is one that plagues me. simply because there are persons who dwell on the past, even when I'm not dwelling on the past. And here it is that if you appreciate, and I've said this in many spaces, life is something given to us without knowing where to receive it. It would mean that the pages are written, and it's written in the book of life. And because of that, remember, natural is the mystic. Yeah. So let's think about that. The past it haunts you, and it will plague you. The choices that you make, and people will use your past to try to tear you down and cut you down. Um, but that's an individual thing. But you see, in the book of life, and the world is a stage. When it is happening, how we read the spaces, and how we interpret and understand the signs of life will cause us to how we make our decisions and our choices. What I mean by that, well, um, here's the reality. We have persons who just move on, and I'm literally here saying people learn how to move forward. Life is constantly moving, and you can stay in one place, or you can get on the wave of life and move on. And I can tell you certainly that is what I did. So as a youth offender, a young person caught in the criminal justice system by what is known as mala prohibita, crimes of prohibition. What do I mean by that? Well, many of you, your grandfathers and your forefathers, went to prison in the United States for 40 years, 50, some of them on life sentence for marijuana. And if somebody did tell them in the 70s and early 80s, when the war on drugs was rampant in America, that marijuana was going to be legalized, and the very people that were sending your foreparents to prison for ganja were the leaders and the owners of the largest ganja farms and making billions out of it, they would say a liar tell. And when the rest of them did a smoke it, and them used to hold them and trim them and try to hurt them because of it. Lo and behold, Mark Jefferson Golden took the step to decriminalize marijuana and ensured that for religious purposes, Rastas weren't haunted. But at the same time, a police officer just want to see the spliffing at the side of your mouth, and it don't even light, and ready for write your traffic ticket and say you have to pay $10,000 when them barely make $10,000 a day. They have a problem just writing a ticket for you pay $10,000 for all a spliff we don't light, even though we decriminalize. But in other countries it legalized. So there's a lot of ways to go, because when it comes to crimes of prohibition, mala prohibita, um, people think about it. And even in the 90s, as the war on drugs continued, there were mandatory minimum sentences for crack, because black people were selling crack as opposed to cocaine. And then Obama says this doesn't make sense. And his legacy includes retracting and rolling back these enormous sentences, and persons with life sentences. Certainly when I was incarcerated, I would file motions and have persons with 40 years removed and sent home immediately. Before me was a big top lawyer that nobody would have saw. If we deal with the past, nobody would have seen, in even though top lawyers past tense or present tense. For me, in my story, when you look at my past, nobody, if I did do what persons who are plagued with hurt, pain, mistakes, sufferation, tribulations and trials that reach them, who would have ever thought that my story would be this if I had killed myself? And when I wondered, what would God have to teach me to put me through this horrible experience? But if I tell you what I learned, and I've heard the call to put it in a book, I need to do so. So it's a little bit more so people can appreciate some of the learning and life lessons on my road. Rehabilitation from a niggardly my way of thinking, rehabilitation from a third world mentality because I'm a citizen of a third world country, rehabilitation from poverty because I come from a country where poverty is the true crime and persons culture and association is a part of how they see the world. So that many persons are inept and in keeping with on many times I've spoken here about the Plato's cave and how people use their experiences and try to run the world with their very short experience of the world and of life and of knowledge, and they would yeah, and that is true. Hurt people. But guess what? Sometimes when you hurt, you don't want other people to experience hurt. And that is why fathers that were absentees in my generation, the fathers know, no matter how young a youth is, from him getting youth, he want him youth there. He might not be the richest, but them will definitely make sure say them present in a feed them picnic life because of the absence of the father. So it's not all hurt people, but hurt people are some wicked people, vindictive, bad people, but not all. So it's always the sum. So there's a flight or fight, and there's a wrong and there's a right. And somehow we innately understand what the greater good is. Some of us, our nature is to be loving. And in fact, Jamaica is a nation where me I can tell you this, you see, once come from you, oh my God, man, you get all of the love. You just want to go foreign and say another Jamaican. You couldn't care which part of Jamaica them come from. You're in a foreign land and you see a Jamaican, you love them till the bad mind start fester again. Or you hate them because you remember them and hate them. But outside of that, genuinely we go in spaces and we thrive because we're loving people. So let me just again say, can you imagine? I'm inviting you to imagine Isaac Buchanan that had no concept that he would be an attorney, let alone a member of parliament one day. Have to smile, because if somebody had told the 17-year-old or the 20-year-old Isaac Buchanan, who was plagued with being before a court of law and judges pronouncing the end of on one more Negro who has tainted the existence, the existential value of the Negro male. Yeah. If somebody would have said that same Negro male would stand before the Privy Council one day and argue in a seminal case and free someone who was able to come back to Jamaica and donate to charity. Now talk Buju Banton show it and make them know so them rob up the things them when work hard for. But you know what I'm saying. If somebody would have known that, maybe judges would have thought different and say, here is a young man that has a bright future. Let's not taint it or mar it. And I would only invite judges when young people interface with the law, that you look into them soul and understand that children are children, youth are youth, and mistakes were made to be made, and that you protect them and you insulate them, because punishment is not the end all. It is the rehabilitation that is important, so that the present can people can be in a space to thrive, right? So again, That is just for one life experience. But you imagine if when a judge say I sentence you to 120 months in prison, and if you're bad at math, you would not have known until much later that 120 months is 10 years. And 10 years is a decade, and a decade is a long time. Because I feel like I've been practicing for a very long time. And here it is that I'm still not 10 years at the bar. But it's been almost 10 years that I've left law school, which means you add another 5 to that. It tells you how long the law journey was. But I look at it because I can have conversations with young people and tell them about 10 years of incarceration and tell them about the same amount of years of practice. I can do that. And so life is an expansive unknown, almost like our universe. You just never know what is going to happen. Right now on TikTok, on social medias, you have women that say, oh, the man is a bum, so I'm leaving him. He has no value. And not even a month later, if I even the lot of the man win, the man rich 1 month. Tyler Perry did a movie, Acrimony, with what her name was again? Taj whatever, the girl from Baby Boy. And she leave the man when the man did a try make him some technology thing and him find another woman that believe in him. Taraji, yeah. And the man became a billionaire and the woman tried sue him and then she all try kill him. So it's the same thing. I know enough woman look my man and say me worthless, you know. And more while me see them. More while me see them though, I have to laugh. Anyway, shout out to all. Anyway, let me leave that alone. Yeah, because if people don't give you time and room to grow, you won't get to laugh like this. Anybody that ever give up on me, I'm here to tell you, don't give up. No matter what you're going through, don't you let nobody hold you down. Down, down, down. Yeah. And I'm saying it that way because potential is what society should be looking for, so that people can become the best versions of themselves. And how do you go about becoming the best versions of yourself? You have to integrate the past to flatline the present so that you can skyrocket to the future. So the present is only a builder. So what is it now? Well, Melissa is the past tense because it happened a couple weeks from now. And maybe the next day when you got up, you never know what was going to happen. But if you are one who are sitting there like Bob Marley, waiting in vain for somebody to come and love you up and fix your life, you're going to be in problems. Because I can tell you, I sit in a particular house and it's not the one you live in. And if a desire wait for your Moses to come from, I better you just get up and do something. How you can make it if you don't even try. I'm gonna put it that way. That the band-aids that you expect to come on your life from people who they don't really care about you, you know. Michael Jackson did tell you, all I want to say is that they don't really care about us. You will have a quick appreciation. And maybe is Adidas on my chest. It's not S. There's no S on my chest. Not Superman. But I will say this. I believe in with all my heart and might about human rights and what human dignity looks like. And I mean, I can share with you. I'm giving out care package and I'm in pain because I have to be telling people whether they're old, whether they're sick, whatever, no matter what condition they are in, take your victim as you find them and say, I have a strict mandate from the STC and the ministry and the government that I must take a TRN and your ID so that you can and document that you received a care package, because the package is not, it has a value. It's your tax dollars that is giving you the packages, even when the food is donated from all of the people them not sorry for you. It's not Jamaica them sorry for you, it's you, the people. They look at the videos. Remember when we did that grow up and them used to show the picture of the little black baby and him belly bang, and you wonder, hold on, if the picnic hungry and the picnic thirsty, who I film it and who I take the picture. The picnic all in the desert and the drunk or pitch pan the thing, and who's taking the pictures? Well, those are the people who, they say 10 cents a day can feed a child. Just 10 cents a day. And you say, wow. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I have to document ID and TRN to give out care packages. I have to do that. If I don't do that, them say man are gonna say, yeah, they a certain color gonna say, yes, thief, the money coming to get none. That's how they talk. I don't know why. It's not my fault. But anyway, because I know in the ticks, and only tick me know are the one before the talk. Yeah. I have to say it as it is. But yeah, they said the 10 cents a day, and then I come and look at it. But I have the GoFundMe, and I see Walking in Divine Purpose is posting it, and I'm saying, yeah, there's the reason, and I see it on I see those who monitor. I call them the shower rangers are saying that they so don't understand the law. They're saying, oh, how do I have a GoFundMe account when I should be begging the government for money? And the Integrity Commission should investigate how I have a GoFundMe. Well, one, the GoFundMe is for the people of Portland. GoFundMe is to supplement what government is not giving. And the same people that's walking around and making mistakes by saying nothing is wrong with Portland. Portland got no damage. Yesterday the rain fall and there was land slippage in Berrydale, just like estuary in St. James. And I raised it in the committee, in the committee right there in Parliament. And I said to NHT about estuary, I said, what is the contingency plan? Because can you imagine Prime Minister go around and him talk about all of the houses, and him said this are no like the solidarity program or whatever the housing scheme where Portia them did build. And him brag about it, and Beryl just come take up the roof them, and the people them not even moving in some of the house them yet. Houses are approved and people don't even get for living there, and it blow away. Not casting blame, I'm just saying you don't know what tomorrow bring. And so, sell people pipe dreams. But you know what I do? You say, come and not sell nothing. Me go beg it and make sure that the people them get it. I don't care. I know what it is that I have to do, and I know the nature of the people who I'm dealing with. I know that I know the importance of education. I know the importance of socialization. So it is a very interesting thing. And let me tell you this from now. Housing solutions is a conversation that we're gonna always have. And I must say it here that this is not a political conversation I'm having right now. In fact, Context Matters is an international program. It's aired on Reggae Global Radio. It's also on YouTube, and it's also on Coda Network. It's not a local program. So the context is important because the majority of the persons that I speak to are not in Jamaica. They're in the diaspora. So on TikTok, though, we know that a lot of Jamaicans, they get paid to come on the platform and make mischief because that's how they make their bread. So I leave them. But I'm saying this to say that you have to want what's best for the least person around you. Because if everybody will live good, there won't be nobody to beg you. And that's why all the Americans can say, look what's happening down there in Jamaica. Let me go help them. And Tyrese can come on a plane and go on his knees and say, God, I'm helping Jamaica because of all them fans them. All the Tyrese fans them in Jamaica, because everybody love Fast and the Furious. A long time, everybody, since Baby Boy and probably Transformers are the last thing. Tyrese can say, what the hell do you want from me? That's his best role when them did beat him up for the child support. So like I say, your past is the past and look at the future. 1 minute he couldn't pay the child support. Now I'm on a plane coming to give charity. We gotta love that. Yeah? And I mean, I could say it. It's the same thing. 1 minute you're spending 13 years in prison, the next minute you're on a plane giving 35 million. After they gave you 35 years, you gave it back and gave them back 35 million. You just never know what the future holds. And so that is why we have to be slow to speak. Yeah? We have to ensure that we offend less. I can tell you, this week my matter was in the Court of Appeal, and a lawyer said my mama must be a pig. And my father never teach me no manners, but she understands why my father not teach no manners because he's from the ghetto. Yeah, a white woman said that. And she's a lawyer and she speaks ill of me. The irony of it is that she's allowed to speak and say I'm the scum of the earth and I shouldn't be a lawyer and how dare me quote cartel. But all the people don't have a problem taking cartel money with the charity right now. But why in another place they're in court saying I should not be a lawyer and I should be suspended for the 2 years and all the other things. But I just say that to say we'll be slow to speak because who knows? One day the very person might come and say, help me. You just never know. So you have to just always be kind to people. So all who have everything bad to say and don't remember that will be the past, and in the future you don't know what the future brings. So you have to just always I don't have to call name. You know why I don't have to call name? I've been saying this from day one. God and time. These days I don't even have to say, Lord, touch them upon them womb and make them remember how you bring pain to those who bring pain to you. I don't have to pray those prayers anymore because it's God on time. All things have a time. Human beings expire. Yeah? There's a time when I was in court and I had a rival, a nemesis. Yeah? The great Paula Llewellyn King's Counsel. Boy, court was so nice. All when the DPP wasn't in there, court was exciting, and you would read every case and you would raise the bar to be the best. Because say Paula gonna call you an idiot, so you just do your thing. But the time, even with an extension, the time is over, and she's on to greener pastures. But for those who want to rejoice, you might get up next year and hear that she's the Governor General. Or she's somebody of importance until the day she's dead. She's etched in history as somebody. And so one wonders. But in a country where freedom of expression is a part of your constitutional rights, for anybody who wonders why I don't go around thinking that I'm supposed to sue everybody that is disgusting to me on the internet. I love freedom of expression to the point that if all you have to do is come on the internet to say something bad about me and you feel good about yourself, do it. Because I might be the person that's stopping you from hurting yourself because you have to send your hate and your pain somewhere else. But I promise you this, if I were to respond, you couldn't manage it. So while somebody can say my mother is a pig and my father is a ghetto man, which is why I don't have no brought up say and people can laugh about it. If I were to respond to you, you probably would carry me to the GLC. So I just leave you alone because I'm the only lawyer in Jamaica that freedom of expression doesn't apply to. And I understand for many reasons. Um, but what God has done is because of humility comes elevation and the ability to build for a future from the present is God alone can do that. So no, I don't have to walk around and say one Isaac. When I was young, I used to wonder why would my father even name me Isaac? Why would he want to name me the Great One? I don't reach it yet, but I know whatever the universe is doing is causing me to live in that line. And a part of that is to trust me. Don't throw your pearls among swines and don't lie with dogs that will make you catch fleas. The correct term in this case, the case in relation to me, I don't go around lying with bitches to get fleas. You get what I'm saying? But they might say remember we're talking about a term of art. Well, like my colleague Mikisha Burchell says, some people don't understand simile and metaphors and personification. So let me not hyperbole on them for them to say that I'm arrogant, if you get what I'm saying. And so we deal accordingly to Menard rewind, Menard the like the last time Andre said, what you said? It cost me $500,000. We're not gonna go there. Horrible, horrible, horrible. But there's a case, called Kang, where the facts of that case is about some college thing and there were black women, and this was a white attorney in England, and he was like, that's why him don't go around eating them vulva. Him don't eat that black vulva. And of course, he was suspended for 3 months. And when he went to the court, he was like, then you eat it then. So he never back down. Him keep the trial and say, yo, him not eat black vulva because him no want get stupid. So out of that expression was the heights of what do you call that? The heights of it's unbecoming. It's misogynistic. It's speaking about cunnilingus. It's talking down to black women. It's everything that is bad. Look, people laughing. If I'm freezing, it's not my fault. It's the internet. And it's everything that is bad. It's completely inappropriate. It's case law, though. And the court found it to be quite unbecoming of an attorney and suspended the man for 3 years. Mind you, my suspension is 2 years because of quoting cartel. So the moral, since then, I must tell you, I don't listen to dancehall since then. I don't have a favorite dancehall artist. If I did, it would be Skillibeng, but I don't listen dancehall. So when I'm driving in my vehicle, I have a driver and I have a CPO, both women, because you can't lock up every day in a car and anyway, let's leave that one alone. And I'm sure they're wondering, what choice of music is this? Why is he listening to Afrobeats and Burna Boy and not dancehall? They charged me $500,000 and they said lawyers mustn't listen to dancehall. In fact, the General Legal Counsel, I'm surprised when I see lawyers in the dancehall and in spaces and associating with dancehall artists, because an attorney should never find in place listening to dancehall, boogie yaga music, because when you're an attorney in Jamaica, you're the ilk that you're supposed to be. You could never listen to dancehall. Of course, your wife can go carnival and she can put on her panty and wind up and down when it's carnival time, and she can far exceed. But that's another conversation. No, I don't listen to dancehall. It's crass music. I'm an attorney, and the GLC has sanctioned me. I can neither quote dancehall, listen to dancehall, and I just can't have those dancehall things carrying on. It's but carnival. I mean, if the dancehall artist do a carnival song, then I can play it in my playlist. So if the dancehall artists them vex with me and don't talk to me, they just have to understand I'm regulated by the General Legal Council, and I the son of a dancehall artist can't listen dancehall, and that's the heights of regulation. Of course, I'm a member of parliament now, far superior to any attorney, but that's another conversation. They might want to kill me for that. But anyway, it's an appreciation to have when one realizes how governance work, how the Constitution works. I said it, but it's not me saying it. It's the rules. I don't make the rules, so I don't understand how the dichotomy, how while on a campaign, members of parliament could just say anything about me and everybody just smile and laugh about it, and it never mattered. They could just disparage my name and be disrespectful and tell lies and defame me, and it don't matter, and everybody laugh and kiki. So it's an interesting thing. But all those things are past, so it builds you for the future. Because I take no issue. I don't have a problem being an educated black man who is opulent in language and speech and can go into any arena and actually have an understand the context, understand the audience, be able to articulate, enunciate, pronunciate, pronounce, all of that, project, all of these things. Somebody said you're wrong with the wrong way. Context matters. And so for those of you who don't know, we have to understand the context. Nikisha Burchell, anytime you have some time, you know, say you don't have Montego Bay and southeast Montego Bay to be exact, where it is the farming breadbasket, and you should get all the resources. Question mark at the end to the minister, in case somebody don't understand. It's called sarcasm. I don't want you to come cut this out and then say, see, don't even listen dance all. It's like an uptown boy. No. Uptown people call, I need to fit somewhere. Uptown people call me ghetto, and ghetto people call me uptown. I make up on the mind. Right? Anyway, it's sarcasm. I'm just talking. May I show my word, and who may I show it to? Them hear it, you know. Them hear it and them know it. May I rub it in. Because I'm gonna be alive. Yeah? And even the things that Melissa did drop rain. Hey! Rain down on me. But just I'll wait for the day. Because you ain't gonna live forever. Yeah. Anyway, somebody said, I'm just prank you. Anyway, somebody says, so you are get uptown. Hilarious. Anyway, so that's the context. So let's now kind of transpose everything that I was saying. And I want to tell them, you know, say, when they make me talk up the things a while ago, you know, and they make me talk, because I'll know. Shall just say I know. I'm not run it even one time. We're about to do it now, though. Ooh-wee, 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 yeah, ooh-wee. Oh, see ya. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I wasn't trying to do that. Yeah, see ya. Yeah, so it's basically
right. It's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it right. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right. It's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it right. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. No, I heard them say life much better you live it your
don't know what you heard about me. I know you can't get $1 out of me. They said they don't see me in my constituency, but I'm the Portland Eastern MP. You heard? Anyway, yeah, I might sing that. The other one, a 50 Cent parody. Anyway, so that was the commercial break. This commercial break is brought to you by GoFundMe. Go to the ICP Canada GoFundMe, support Portland Eastern Rebuilding Drive. Tell Mr. Crookshank said nobody no show up, you know. Tell him said nobody no show up. Problems on the land. In gone? Tell him if you want order KFC, he can eat it round here, so. Oh, what you say happen?
Yes, I'm ready to finish up.
Okay, all right. Anyway, yeah. You heard. I said it. Anyway, so what they say, but sure, but you're right to work. I'm sure that's the problem that they have here. I'm Jamaican. Of course I'm gonna have 10 jobs. Alright? So anyway, so naturally, you have to understand what I was saying. So let's get to the meat of the matter now. In 1988, and in 1988 I was 9. September 12th, Gilbert hit. And mash up the plate. In fact, Loving there said, "Who no see me dish? Who no see me dish? And who no see me satellite dish?" Yeah, dish did a fly, zinc did a fly, and then everybody go down at the mall, Tropical Plaza, and rob up the store them and get big back TV and toaster and everything, but light did gone. So they never even know if them did a thief, them did for thief the generator. And even then, they never called public states of emergency and all of that. They never really, nobody was really doing that. Anyway, but light never came back until January 1989, which was just before common entrance. So I don't know if I'm dating myself, but you can imagine what school wasn't really keeping. But what they did back then was those who was gonna sit common entrance, they found a way to still have class. And then Mr. Abrahams always had his extra lessons, and him did have Delco and ice and all of them things there. So life was a little bit normal but abnormal, and light did take long for come back. But we survived Gilbert, and government certainly had done a lot in terms of putting people's lives back together. And now I'm sitting there wondering, but how did government do that? With those same Operation Pride housing schemes and putting people in places. You know, people said Portia was a mad woman when she built up some high rise in her constituency. I'd advocate Angela. You went to Mr. Abrahams. Were you ever in the top 10? Did you get that certificate? You get the big one for coming number 1? Yeah, you have to know what going on now. Mr. Abrahams are the boss. Mr. Abrahams says, ask questions, you will learn by asking questions. He's the reason why right now I understand. I've got a critical thinking mind, and I understand language so well because of Mr. Abrahams. Anyway, influential, never will forget. So you see how great teachers are? Teachers are the greatest people on the face of this earth. When I walk up and down in the courts right now, and I walk in a courtroom and I see my student, there's no greater feeling than that, Especially when me have a matter with them and them want to take off my head, The prosecutor want them want beat me, And I just find it to be is the most. I'm impressed, but I'm fulfilled. I must tell you that. I must tell you how impressed I am when a student of mine is beating them with the law. Kind of me. And I say, yeah, I did that. But anyway, the point I'm making about the Gilbert, when you soon start saying me all over the place and when we really depend. walking in divine, me not see nobody a donate yet, you know. And on end of month yet, and a Thanksgiving yet. So I want to know what go on. Let me check. Yeah, let me check. Let me check. Allow me to tell. Allow me to tell. My apologies. Big up to um Jennifer Harris and Sarah Naya Sanga. Naya Sanga. Like Naya Bingi. Naya Sanga. Big up on yourself. Um, big up, big up, big up. But I must say, yeah, there's no greater feeling than when your students are doing what they're supposed to do. 1989, Siaga was the leader. And I tell you, the people couldn't wait till election call. Andrew Lucky saying call election before. And you know that December election is going right and now, then when I lose like I don't know what. But yeah, historically, what I must tell you though is we were able to get back normalcy, you know, long after, years after. So when one does how it is, yeah, it don't. Let me tell you something. There are 819 people on the YouTube right now and 300 and something on the TikTok. If everybody gave $1, that would be a lot, rather than one person giving $100. And if you read the Bible will tell you that is better for a camel to pass through the needle and an eye than a rich man to do whatever. Because rich man do tax break off and find out from him account and if him give $1 billion, how much will him save? And that's when them give out. When a poor person, when a person of small means, that's context of poor, give them less, it is the greatest thing. But also persons in this day and age mustn't give to the detriment of themselves. So if you gave $1, that would be the greatest thing ever. And it's for people who, I'm not gonna lie to you, probably won't appreciate it, but that's what God does. In give compassion and empathy to people who probably not deserving of it. So much so him giving to make him son die for the sins of the people of the world. And ask me then now sin even more than back then. I can answer that. But wanted to say more than anything, more than anything is that even after Beryl had passed, which was last year, there are persons who have not recovered. But yeah, it's more than just the need for land reform. I'm speaking now to say that the Gilbert experience would have caused me to, as an adult, when I hear that a category 5 is coming my way, what type of preparation is needed, and whilst being a representative, what I needed to do on the ground and how to reach the constituents, basically, with the capacity that was given to me in to serve, and how urgent it was to respond to them. Um, why is that important? Why is that important? Because the generation who never experienced Gilbert still is of the view when they say a disaster is coming. They're like the virgins that had no oil in their lamp, no contingency, didn't know what. And then there are persons who are not virgins who don't have lamps and just living on the land. And so it allows me to have that understanding so that when I from the past I was able to deal with the present and to build for the future, to understand that I'm not gonna make nobody look on me and tell me say nothing don't happen to Portland. Are you saying nothing don't happen to Portland because ISAT is the MP? Just explain that. Because you're not suffering ISAT, you're suffering the people. The people who you said you're disappointed because I didn't vote, but they voted. 8,000 persons voted for Anne-Marie Vaz. That's a lot of people who love her. But people are upset because people love me. Me have somebody pick me too, you know. Not true, me have no high color. Not true me black. And my nose big like Michael Jackson. You know, big like Andrew Holly. Shout out, big up the Prime Minister. I can't style you, know, you're the Prime Minister. But yeah, man, I was big. But anyway, big like Michael Jackson when him did black. Yeah. I'm now talk about the who he or he who. Not the one where I tour England right now. We don't have one song. But the black Michael Jackson, the dead one. But anyway, listen. Is to understand what is it that you'd be saying to people about how to be resilient, how to build back stronger, an appreciation to commit to people and say that, listen, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. My people, I'm here to tell you this. If it were up to me, nobody would be coming to me for zinc. People need to be in concrete houses. And I've heard my colleagues, and I understand, and maybe I will say I'm happy that Portland was not the ground zero and experiencing the devastation like the West, because it would hurt my heart to even look on one person and say, see one trailer, you're going to live in it. Go out, my people, and become a trailer park trash. Be a white trailer park living American. How that sound? It sounds so racist. All the white people that live in trailer parks is gonna say, how dare that third world Rasta Negro could ever say something like that to me. Yeah? But I want you to appreciate that what we want for the people of Jamaica is safety, protection from the elements. Yeah? And also living somewhere that human dignity is present. Running water, so not just having the house, but finally water running out of your pipe. And it seems like it's further from a reality, because drought is the order of the day, yet rain or fall, but there's no catchment, there's no facilities. People telling you said the pump too small and the big pump, and when we turn the MP, the man will work at the fire station, I said them mash up the pump, and the police them hear it, but nobody is arrested, and the sabotage. And it's not me them sabotaging. I always have water. I'm the MP. And before that, I'm an accomplished attorney. Water is always in my pipe. You're not hurting me. You're hurting the people of this country that live in Portland. And we don't appreciate sometimes that, yeah, there is a class system. There are rich people in Sanson that didn't even know the hurricane blow. And they come and they say, Desmond, why are these leaves on the floor? Pick them up, and life goes on. And right through the storm, them have Delco and generator. And them have it from solar, and them have it from diesel, and them have it from the devil's fuel. The demon fuel straight out of hell them get for them energy. You know, stop the shining right there. So shining, 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 yeah. All of this winning. So don't miss the point. And again, I would say, listen up, Nelly. I'm gonna block you now, because you all know you're not send me one real lion. I'm gonna block you. You can't be on TikTok and sending me fake lions. We want that money lion, all right? Don't make me have to dash from my 86 subjects and my 32 degree, you know. Yeah? Don't make me have to call Rosie and where am I name? I never know where am I name. I don't follow TikTok too much for know all that. Akeem. Don't make me have to call them and make them this yo. Run to a generator too. Cause we not lend out generator in a Portland. We buy generator and give them with. I saw it run it. You get me? Anyway, so they must say they have any sense. Yeah, so again, using that as a starting point, the marker to absolutely think about what I'm saying. Right? You think it's only Hanover, Portland don't have light? I'm tired to walk and tell people in Portland, Port Antonio, it's not Portland alone. But we do understand that JPS is working and we want the light to come back everywhere. And we take our time and hope for that. Good. So again, what does that build back looks like, and what is the order of the day when it comes to resilience? Well, I would say to you, if it were up to me, the replacing of zinc and ply here and there, and the patching of homes that are not conducive to the human space and living, the existential value of the human couldn't the temple of God should not rest in a dilapidated state. And I go around and I see it, and of course it hurt my heart. It's a reality that I saw when I was campaigning. And I'm the MP now, so I know what my obligations are. And as an opposition MP, I know I'm gonna beg, and I'm going to use all my capacity and resources to ensure that there is impact. And so when I stand in Parliament and I'm getting cursed now, say all me do and do a talk in a Parliament, and if you don't talk, ask them, because them say we don't want an MP when not desk, and so them fire and now I go in there and I talk them, say that MP I chat too much and we don't know what he must say. So you can't please them, and you see, because I'm not the man with him donkey, I can only say that, like parents that will beat you and ground you and send you go to school, like my mother send me go to school and tell me silver and gold will vanish away and a good education will never decay, and say you think you look good like your father, you ugly, big you nice but you ugly, you know, see, you get my nose. So my mother used to talk to me, you know, and she say, you know, see how Tafari tall and handsome. Look, Loxley put her name, Portia's grandson. Yeah. John Portia, so you may call. You used to tell me, say, I'm ugly, I'm not cute. Cute man. Me are the junior, you know. But anyway, and the education, how important education is. And so while we constantly, we don't forget that we are bringing the heat, and that's the problem. So while I continue to focus on health, something major is coming for health. So when the government don't do it, and you do, and yes, you laugh at me and tell me you don't do food storage when I'm talking about storage for refrigerated medication, because I'm thinking about the health of the citizens of this country. And I'm always prospective thinking. I'm not reactive, you know. So I don't want people with diabetes and hypertension and people who have to take antibiotics don't have a space to store the medication, and then them sick and dead. So I have to raise it. So when people laugh about it because they don't have mature consideration and they can't contemplate the what ifs, I'm going to have to respond. And so when it happened, you will hear the critics, but it's fine. I know what my purpose is. Likewise, in my campaign, I spoke about water solutions, but as I spoke upon health, I never abandoned education. if those who had the capacity was working with me, and we were able to give out 40,000 tablets instead of just the 3,000 something, and continuing to ensure that every child had a tablet, we would be talking about giving out the generators and clicking on and setting up the Starlink, and students wouldn't be run out of school because them closed down press and light not come back yet. May I tell you, people major and the minor in these countries, When you major in the minor, you stop people picnic from being great. And sometimes you have to wonder, those who are trying to stop other people's picnic from being great, it's called them either none or them no greatness in them. And that's what's wrong with this country. Always trying to stop somebody else picnic. Me don't like it, so I'm gonna talk about it. And while I'm not from the United Kingdom, somebody silver and gold vanish away, but a good education will never decay. Yes, that is so true. My mother tell me that till me tired for hear it. I don't know who did tell me heights of great men reach and kept were not attained by sudden flight, and they, while their companions were sleeping, was up creeping and beeping. I don't know. But anyway, that is just the reality that we must build. We must. Yeah, we must be able to as I say, we must be able to not blame the present on the past, but rather to build a future from the present. Yeah, the past is the past. We must not dwell on it. Hurricane Melissa came. There was some destruction. It has caused us to experience whatever we were experiencing, but we're not going to dwell on it. We're going to move ahead. We're going to move from that. Yeah. And from there, we're going to put the pieces back together. Like farmers have to farm, fishermen have to go back out and catch the fish. Cause especially, some people I'm the pork. I will fire on the pork. So I have to make sure say we go out there and bring in back the fish and them things. You see what I say? And replenish the land. You see what I say? And we're not confused ourselves because we know how it go already. And everybody near pork. And I eat the demons them and defile them body. Fire burn for that. But anyway, look her walking in divine talking about she love the pork. Come down to Boston Jerk. Them roast that every day. If you don't like the pork, you can smell the smoke. But anyway, just to say that it is important that we understand what we're doing. And so small business, you have to make yourself available and speak up for yourself, be your own advocate, because as the MP, I can't know that your business is failing because you run a small business that requires certain things, and we have to be able to speak up so we can say what the reality is. And like I tell all the people in Portland, remember they said in the internet nothing is wrong with Portland. So if nothing is wrong with Portland, how do you show up at my office and say that something happened to you? When you allow social media, we live in the social space today, these days, when you allow social media to say there's nothing wrong, how do I get the calls that we don't have light and JPS is not moving with the type of alacrity and expedition? Remember, that's what's being said. I know JPS is out there. Wayne McKenzie work with JPS and I'm always on the go. And I'm in contact with JPS. And from West Portland to East Portland through St. Mary and St. Thomas, they're working all across, just like how people in the West. Westmoreland get back light some places, Hanover, St. James, Trelawney, and the grid is growing up as best as it can. But all of this is done. All of this is done in the middle of a. There's no new contract with JPS. Them no want to spend no money. Them and try um bamboozle the government into locking into a contract that's not beneficial to the country. So energy solutions is something that we're also going to talk about. So if we're building for the future, building a future from the present, we have to think about the future. And we have to think about those who are after us to build a better future, a better Jamaica for the young people that are disconnected from reality. Because they're in Tictonia. That's where they are. They are doing their thing. And you need to understand and you have to, and you see every time somebody said something, you just have somebody, because the Gemini just gets up and just says she blame Paul. Well, I don't know how that come in, because whatever that is just you would know. Me no see nothing not go on yet. What go on?
Me no see some dragon and something that come back.
Me no see no dragon. Me no see no dragon until me see the lion. Boom like an 808. Be making circles like a figure eight. That's 808. Somebody send some money to the GoFundMe, because 808 is let the beat drop. Yeah, I saw it go. Big tune. Big tune. So that is what is of importance and certainly significance at the moment, how we go about doing it. So I'm going to, when context matters, when it's that time, I will announce what it is. But before the year done, believe me, we're gonna do what we're doing. Where is my generator? Who give me generator? A JPS light. Me get. So when people say like that's important, I see that JPS light. It's just not everywhere. And that's what people don't understand, that you can't downplay somebody's experience, because who feels it knows it. That is something that we must always appreciate. And I just, for one, always make sure. Again, let me say, big up Tissa Taylor, Jacqueline nicely, big up yourself, for them big donation, big Jacqueline, big up yourself. Sandra Grosher, blessings to you, Sandra, big up yourself for them big donation. Tissa, big up for your big donation. Earl Johnson, big up yourself. Me are calling out. Anonymous, why you anonymous? Big up yourself. Sarah, me done say it already. Naya Sanga. Sound like me I call on the ancestors with that one there. And big up yourself, Jennifer Harris. All within the time that Context Matters has been on. Appreciate you. Definitely. War, Lexi, big up. Me see gift a give, man. Big up for all who are send me the gift them. Yeah. Money gun. Shoot some money gun for make them know so we're having fun. They're gonna say, oh my god, he's an MP and he's on TikTok. How can he do that? But Miss Kitty Dunn did answer them. Yeah. I will not be duplicitous and answer you. Don't you ever criticize, and don't you badmine me for my 86 subjects and my 32 degree. If you badmining me for my degree, go to law school. Okay? Don't be a simpleton. What else Miss Kitty did say? She did use some big words where me don't know.
You get lion?
Me not get no lion.
Okay.
Me not get no lion. I'm not scared of lions and tigers and bears, but I'm scared of being broke. Anyway, somebody say I'm over. Roxburgh Sewell says I'm over here begging gifts. Listen, I'm not begging. I'm foundationing. Don't bright yourself. Do not bright yourself. Do not bring me in the class of beggars. You vagabond. How dare you come on my thing? Yeah, big train. Yeah, come and ride a chain. Choo. Anyway, so we're almost at the end of the show. Look, people laughing, because I'm just entertaining. I want people to understand, say, some of us do this for the love, we don't do it for the likes. Yeah? I want people to literally understand this. There are persons who take the pageantry a little bit too serious, but the real human experience is being ignored. When you see Buju Banton have to say, yo, somehow when I have a thief stove and take out half of the barrel. I could tell you a story, but me leave them things there alone, Because me day I try to give out the Nutribun them and the Bulla, and people are going like them too good for Nutribun and Bulla. But then when they say you're not hungry when the time come, people do all that them can do. And so you don't know what surviving is. Yeah? You not have a real feeling of need. So people are saying because it's freeness, them going on the line 2 times and them deprive somebody else. You deprive somebody else of food. And if the government is going to collect the food and allow the food to go bad and spoil, fire burn for you too. And so when I speak of equitable distribution, I'm serious about it. So I will continue to do what I do, and I always say big up to my partners who ensure that the people are served, who ensure that somebody said them need a meal, that they can get it. We can't feed everybody. The Prime Minister look at me and tell me, say, listen, that is not the role of the MP to feed everybody. So if you're able and you can get up and go work, go work. And that the Prime Minister said. But I'm the response to that is work where? Because if the economy broke down and shut down, and it broke down and shut down before the hurricane, away it's got there. So when somebody is hustling and bustling and there's nothing for them to do, we have to be mindful of that. Yeah, and I understand that. So I have to always strike the balance. And I look at that, and I'm just saying to people that, listen, yeah, care about people. Yeah. That crazy gym song, right? I'm not telling a lie, My CPO, who did want to see the ice cream? My CPO? No, I did that. What's your favorite ice cream flavor? Rum and raisin? Somebody sent me ice cream. As we say ice cream again. Run it down, 10 ice cream. Bring on those calories. What? Grape nut? Strawberry? I must say mine is strawberry cheesecake. Cheesecake. The flavor. Somebody said Devon knows cookies and cream. That's an Oreo type of thing. No, coffee have too much stimulant in it. Coffee is also a Devon House thing. Somebody said grape nut, cookie dough. Well, yeah, coffee. I've tried coffee. Vanilla too plain. Somebody said mint chocolate. What? No, say you have to pay a fee for that. Somebody said coconut. I want to go. No, I want to get them flavor you're from. French vanilla. Anybody say French vanilla? Them rich. Say if me I'll take she out, me have for lunch, I go fund me for carry out for some French vanilla ice cream. Hey, that guy already. Yeah. So the traditional ones are rum and raisin and grape nut. Definitely. Devon House coconut is yeah, you hear it when they come with an expensive. Big up yourself, Verona. Strawberry cheesecake, you go. I said that's mine too. Had to settle for only strawberry on Sunday night. See there? Big up yourself, my mother. Somebody just stopping and please, no light. No, we're not talking. You can't eat ice. You can't eat ice cream and light. When you're up on the diet, you eat the ice cream and then you go up on the treadmill or the bicycle. Right, you know, I've been eating the ice cream and not going on the treadmill or the bicycle. You want to know about weight? Yeah, so people, this context matters. I would say in summary, and let me just wrap this up. Even if you don't know, God knows what the future holds for you. You have to be around, you have to be present to walk into your future. No matter what it is that going on in your life, no matter how difficult it is, as long as you're alive, you will overcome. That is a genetic instinct of the human. Yeah. We might not can't withstand an atomic bomb like the cockroach them. And when you get the big and you spray them out, one always left and then breed up back. So it is with the human. And I'm saying this genuinely so people can just understand that you have to be present. And as long as you're present, the possibilities are endless. If you do, if not, is just buy lotto if you not believe, and if it's in the cards you win, you become a billionaire tomorrow. So nobody never know, and if somebody say you're worthless today, don't make them speak negativity into your life, and don't use your past as a shackle to restrict you from your greatness. Let it be said that when you speak positive things in your life, like I used to walk around Portland and I said, I'm your next member of parliament. I even look at my opponent one time and said, pleasure to meet you. I will be replacing you. And you speak into your life that which that you need. I tell you. And the woman them can tell you because more time a woman now see a man and he married and she say, I got me my man that, and she take him from her husband. And so you see a woman and she also she married, you say, yeah, so what are you going to do about the divorce? Because you me want. And she said, for real? And you say, yeah, she just left her man and just come to you. You have to tell people what you want, otherwise, oh, you're going to get it. And I'm being for real. So look. Walking in the bride say, oh, yeah, I'm for real. What God have for you? May I tell you, him tell Moses, go up in Egypt and tell Pharaoh to let your people go. And a Pharaoh kingdom and a Pharaoh slave them. Him say, Moses, go take that. You don't believe me? There's a war in the Middle East right now because what is for you? If your other people say I feed them on and them want it, them are going to take it. Just ask Israel and Pakistan how that go. But I digress. So somebody gotta win. Somebody gotta lose. A Fantasia. And if you cry. Oh, we need it. But we don't know that song there, but you know what I say. Sometimes you gotta lose. Yeah, but anyway. I know all of the Bible. God is where I get my strength from. But I just want people to understand that. And that is it. So don't you take it from a man that kick down doors and shatter glass ceilings and do the impossible. Because the God I serve make me know, say, speak it into existence and be great. Live up to your name. Live up to the great one. And him put me in a family. That's why it's difficult when a man don't know him origin. Because all me sure say me are related to Kunta Kente and Shaka Zulu. Yeah. Me sure of my ancestors. All the white one them. greatness. And because of that, yes, I get up and say, yo, I'm a broke vase. I'm not afraid of tough chat. Any vase when I see me, I got broke that. I say that. I'll take it back. So is not to fear anything, and to have a full understanding, and to have great minds, great people, let's say I see you around you that remind you. So when you have self-doubt, you know it always work out in the end. You don't believe me? See here? Let me see if I can put it so you can see it. See it? All is well. Shout out to Jean Patricia in Banks. That tell me that. See, Verona say, you are king. Yeah, I am king. So let me not make nobody water down my thing and small me up. And nothing for me not small. You mad? Ha! I just said that because I know Verona gonna laugh. But yeah. So I say that and mean it too. What go on? Me depend my context matters. That mean you now watch it. Fire! I'm gonna show it to you when it's done. It's like 5 minutes. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So that's really what it is, and I'm using this. Somebody says in Parliament you will get small up, and who would small me up? Because once again, I tell people all the time, and people hate when I said it. My favorite person in all of Parliament is the Honorable Juliet Holders, the Speaker of the House. So who goes small me up when the Speaker is there to protect me? I don't understand it though. Huh? Explain that to me. No, that's the thing you don't understand. Only can say anything you don't want. Yeah? God on time. May I leave it at that. I not even give myself no trouble right there, so, but you know soon know. Immaculate said, you're going to be my husband next year. You best believe. Talk it up, but make sure you have whole heap of money like Oprah. Borrow some from her. Check out Kylie Jenner and Kim Kardashian and then come talk to me. Money, money, money in a rich man's world. Anyway, yeah, let's see that. Yeah. Yeah, Devon ice cream in Port Antonio. Right as I show you done at this, I go right now. Because Felicia, you put ice cream in my head right now. But yeah, people laughing. Yeah, so I saw it go still. So I'm big up to everybody. I'm gonna say thank you all for watching Context Matters. Again, I'm gonna go back and give a special thank you to those who took the time to to donate. I didn't get any lion and Crookshank. Me ain't gonna talk about that because I don't get no lion today. Yeah. I saw that the lion me forget. Lion! You remember when the one said lion? We want lion! Anyway, yeah. Let me big up those again. And see more came again. Marveline McLean. I appreciate you. Big up. Claudette Grant. W. Grant. Claudette, big up yourself. Barbara Campbell, big up yourself. Paulette Johnson, big up to you. Tissa Taylor, much appreciated. Jacqueline Nicely, appreciate you nicely and greatly. Sandra Grosher, big up yourself. Earl Johnson, a great big up to you, appreciate you as well. Anonymous, big up yourself. All owners anonymous. Everyone I want to get the credit. Jennifer Harris, big up yourself. And to everybody thus far, a special big up to the Lancaster cricket team in England. I hope I said that right, but I tell you, they took the time out to sign a bat for the people of Portland. You know, Folly has a cricket pitch. Long story there it is, and It's a long time I don't talk to Marlon Samuels, but also Portland is going to get the Mr. Universe coming to live in Portland, so I'm going to throw it out there. That's a mix up. But definitely everybody who donated, I'm saying thank you. I appreciate you. What you have done is a great deed for the cause, for what's happening in Portland. We will continue to do that, and we know that the focus for persons is the West. So those who have decided to adopt Portland, adopt this constituency, and is pumping all the love, the food, the barrels that's been sent. I will have the list and call out all the names of the persons who pack the barrels, who have bagged me up to make sure that I get storage. Who's calling out my name? Somebody say you were born on the 12th of December, so I know that you don't love money. That is a lie. You see, when Portia is the prime minister, she find money. Also, me want to find money all over. When I'm saying, yes, we found money, but all the difference is that right now, everybody knows, say, any money me find, I chew my begging. See, there's somebody else just send me money and sell a while ago. Big up what they see there, big up yourself. Big up on yourself. What? Yes. There you have it. Oh, see there, somebody send this to me. Fate, free will, and destiny. What a thing. And that was last year. Anyway, blessings, and I saw it go. I was about to tell you to check the Zelle. I'm so sorry for not thanking you on Zelle. Yeah, all those who just Zelle me a while ago, big up on yourself, because I tell you, say, it's a collective effort. And I make whole heap of money since that show you. Boy, if me never know better, me da talk. I saw me chatty, them can't live in peace. Everything me say when you gone a GLC, to them chatty, me can't live in peace. Everything they say you run gone for police. If you're bad, no, contact Twitter, touch about, no. Anyway, gonna behave myself because I don't like when I use those dancehall, those dirty lyrics from those dancehall artists. Those disgusting dancehall people. Yes? Can you imagine people out there don't like spice but taking care packages from Grace? Huh? Can you imagine all those people that say they don't like Bush Banton but thief it out of Mike Myers' barrel and thief in stove? All those people that don't like Vibes Cartel but taking things from their Deja Palmer Foundation. Can you imagine dancehall money being spent all across Jamaica? It is so disgusting. It's despicable. It should be stopped. Somebody needs to go to the court and file an injunction. How dare those dancehall people come out here? Mavada. How could you come here? How could you? You need to stop it. You come here with your dancehall money. Skeng, how could you be in the department stores and buying generators with your skeng music? Huh? You guys need to stop it. I could never drink water from Spice. Spice always talking about her vagina too much. You just can't do that. You can't take care packages from people that all it is talk about their vagina. How could you do that? I'm so happy that context, man. This show is over. Yeah? We just can't continue. The moral fabric of our society. If people drink the water that these foundations are giving out and the care packages from these dancehall artists, next thing you know, the kids are going to show up in school and all they know is dancehall music because they're eating the food from the dancehall artists, the charity from the dancehall artists. It has to be stopped. We have to do that. The moral fabric of the society will crumble if we take care packages from dancehall artists. The music is too slack. Broadcasting Commission need to stop it out there. We need to ensure Uptown will be no more. We will lose Jamaica if all these dancehall artists keep going around with foundations and giving away things. How you think the West was won? That's what ask me, is this the Wild Wild West? Are we going to make it the Wild Wild? We have to stop it immediately, man. Immediately. Upper St. Andrew will not exist. In fact, I'm going to move a private member's motion at the earliest opportunity to ensure that the dancehall doesn't destroy. It becomes duplicitous and the moral decay of society from all of these dancehall charities. It has to stop. Anyway, that's Context Matters. Big up on this. I want a bad mind just cut that out and just send it out and make it go viral. Yeah, make them do that. Anyway, big up on yourself. It was a very good show, and just remember, you have to be present to walk into your future. No matter what it is, stay alive. Ha 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 ha! Staying alive, staying alive. You get the point. Good. Let's dance. Yep. You might have wondered how it all got here. It started like this.
It took some time to understand. Yeah. Just what it takes to be a man. Now it seems each day you learn something to make a better way. Growing up ain't just a phase, it's reality. And sometimes it's hard to face the world with your head screwed on. But in time you will see, it comes naturally, like the hurt and the pain. It's a part of the game, it's all a part of life. To laugh and to cry, that's right. It's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it stride. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right. It's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it stride. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. You know I heard them say life much better you live it your own way. But if you need a helping hand, just call on me, I will be your friend. And when it gets hard to face the world with your head screwed on, just tell yourself you can. And that's when you'll understand that the hurt and the pain, it's a part of the game. It's all a part of life. To laugh and to cry, that's right. It's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep your stride. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right. It's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep your stride. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. You gotta keep on moving on. Don't let no one stand in your way. Gotta keep on pressing on. As we pray for better days, keep it moving. Moving to the next. When they try to bring you down, we gotta take it to the next level when they come around. That's right. It's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep your stride. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right. It's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep your stride. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. Just keep your head up, yeah. Just keep your head up, yeah. Gotta keep your head up, yeah. Cause everything's gonna be alright.
Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Keep your head up.
Cause everything's gonna be alright.